What's up, guys? It's Whitney with WhitneyJDecor.com, and I'm so excited because today is my first official YouTube video. I hope to have a whole lot more videos in the next couple months, so make sure you subscribe below if you want to stay tuned. A little bit about me: I'm an interior designer based in New Orleans, but I have online decorating services for clients all across the country. I have online decorating workshops. I have some ebooks. I also make pillows and sell them on in my shop on my website. So if you're interested in any of those, you can just click the links below in my description box. So let's jump right into the video. So today I'm going to show you guys how I make my air plant gardens. Some people call them terrariums. I like to call what I'm doing an air plant garden because technically it's not a terrarium. So it's super simple, super easy to replicate. You can customize this any way you want, and I like to put mine on my coffee table, well, my ottoman right now, but you can put them on a bookcase, on any kind of open shelving. You can put them on your nightstand. You can put this on your countertop if you like. Basically anywhere you need an extra little piece of decor. So let's jump right into the video. So what I like to do is mix different colors and textures of moss. So I use this spongy gold moss and also a more grassy green moss. You'll need some rocks and stones, and since I had some crystals on hand, I use that too. Obviously, you'll need your air plants, which you usually could only find them at plant nurseries, but now they sell them at Lowe's too. Lastly, you need a wide mouth glass jar. You don't have to go as big as I did, but I'm using lots of air plants, so I needed a bigger jar. I got mine from TJ Maxx. Okay, so I like to start with the green moss, and I just love this moss. I like to put a whole lot in the container because it really grounds the air plant garden, and I really like my air plant garden to be very green. And then once I kind of have it where I want or put as much as I want, then I bring in the spongy moss, which could be any color that you want, but I really wanted to do kind of like this green and golden kind of thing. And I don't put too much of this. I just kind of keep playing around with it until I get it to look the way I want. It's basically just the bed for the rocks and for the air plants. A lot of people put their rocks on first and then the moss on top, but I like it the other way. So now I play around with the rocks. Usually I like to put my rocks in the front of the air plant garden, but these are really heavy. I don't usually use these rocks. So I'm going to try to put them in the back because number one, I think that they look a lot better back there. And number two, I don't have to worry about them weighing down the front of the air plant garden. Now I just play around with the air plants. I just mess around with the arrangement. I really don't have a particular rhyme or reason for this. And for you, you shouldn't be concerned either. Just kind of play around with it until you like it. You can always move these things around. You don't have to unhinge anything. You don't have to unplant anything because they're just kind of sitting there. It's just really easy to just move them where you want, or if you feel like you should have them arranged a different way, you can. After you've put the moss down, after you've put the rocks down, you can just play around with it. Plenty of times I have this sitting on a coffee table or on the countertop, and then I realize I want an air plant moved somewhere else in the vase, and that's just what I do right then and there. My crystals, I like to add them last because I really want them to show. So I don't want to put them on before anything else because I don't want it hiding or them hiding behind any of the or under any of the air plants or the moss or any of the other bigger rocks that I use. If you look now, you can kind of see that the white rocks that I put on at first, they're kind of hidden underneath the succulents. And although I'll be able to see them from the backside of the glass, I still like to have a special spot for my crystals because they're just so pretty. And I like to see the sparkle, and it just kind of gives the air plant garden a whimsical feel. At this point, I just play around with it until I get everything looking exactly how I want, which is the plants, I mean the air plants and the crystals and some of the rocks even. And again, you can move this around and play around with this anytime you want, so you don't have to be so strict with it right now. I love the look. I might play around with it a little bit, but for the most part, I love it. And wasn't this like really easy? Okay, caring for your air plants is really easy. Basically, you can try two different methods. You can do the dip method, which is what I prefer, because when you dip, you only have to do it like once a week. And what you want to do here is just take each air plant out one by one, and then you'll dip them in the water and then put them, shake off any extra water and then put them back in the air plant garden. If you're going to choose to mist your air plants, you'll just pull them all out, or even one by one if you prefer, and mist them with some water, a spray bottle, and then you'll just put it back. You'll shake off the excess water and then put it back into your air plant garden. The only thing about the misting method is that you have to do it a little bit more regularly. So instead of doing it once a week, or instead of watering your air plants once a week, you'll actually have to do it maybe like every 2 days or every 3 days. You want to make sure you're checking to see if it's dry or if they're dry. And if they are, then you need to water them of some sort. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you liked the video. And if you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, and definitely subscribe. I would love to know what you guys want to see from me in the future. And don't forget to check out those links in my description box to get to my website so you can take a look at all the stuff I have to offer.